that people are mostly interested in porn, and more importantly for our industry, they're more interested in porn than they are in our advertising. So when you put an ad out there on YouTube or Vimeo or whatever on the internet, don't expect people to rush in to see it. You know, it's got to be groundbreaking for them to want to see it. I think in the past, you had your 30-second spot. It aired on television whether people wanted it or not. You know, they had to sit through it. Yeah, they could go for a cigarette break or a bathroom or whatever, but I mean, they had to technically sit through it. You know, there's no way to zip by it. Now it's all skipping and zapping and zipping, and you know, so your room has there's no room for your ad so that, I think, how I took that is that there's no room for kind of mediocre advertising. I think you need to always do groundbreaking work that's either very provocative or extremely funny, you know, like the case in the Panda, or like provocative like the suicide bomber. You know, it's got to be edgy or it won't survive. I mean, there's no room for any of the ads that you know, most agencies are churning out nowadays.
فايز اعمل لك معايا سندوتش جبنه؟
مش جعان.
Just you know why you and I.
باندا ما يتقلهاش لا.
صباح الخير يا استاذ توفيق. يلا يا علي عشان الفطور، جايبه لك النهارده سندوتشات جبنه.
لا والله ماليش نفس.
Just you know why you and I will by and by.
باندا ما يتقلهاش لا.
By process here, I'm not really shooting down, grading, and things like that, because I mean, these are things also that are very, I think, related to the product. I mean, the product is affected by them, and I'm talking about all the bureaucracy that's involved in the creative product. You know, all the meetings and the client phone calls that we have, and the the PPM document and the contact reports and the shooting board. You know, sometimes you're on a shoot and you want to shoot something, and they say, yeah, but it's not on the shooting board. And I'm like, who cares if it's not on the shooting board, you know? Or there's something on the shooting board that you decide you don't want to shoot. You know, they're like, yeah, but it's not on the shooting board. So what if it's not on the shooting board, you know? If you know exactly what you're going to shoot, then why are you shooting it, you know? It leaves very little room for innovation, changing your mind, you know? Because I think directors are a lot like waiters. You know, you piss them off and they're going to spit in your food because they get paid either way, you know? You do a great ad, you get paid. You could do a shit ad, you get paid. You're paid by day. You're a craftsman. You know, they hire you, you're just like the gaffer. So I find it very amazing that agencies in and out, they sort of piss off their own director. It's like shooting themselves in the foot, you know, because he'll just be, you know, zoned out. You know, it's very easy to direct on autopilot. You know, okay, next shot, let's go on to the next shot, you know, and then you're not in it anymore. Panda made a huge difference in sales. You're talking, they went from number 9 to number 2 in the market. So, I mean, Panda ads are probably more successful globally than they are locally. I mean, they're very successful locally, but I mean, their biggest achievement was, you know, reaching out to China, Russia, you know, like you see, there's a Russian music video, all that. So a lot of that wasn't obviously used because there's no Panda in the supermarket in Cape Town, you know what I mean? It's only a local product. So all that spillover was not used, it wasn't marketable in any way or form. It's just, it got the brand known, and maybe if they decide to sell the company, then it would help them. But then as far as Egypt is concerned, they went from number 9 to number 2 in less than a year, which is staggering. Same for Bawedi. Bawedi is almost like a monopoly, so it's not a very competitive market, but I know their sales went up by at least 40–50% after the prisoners. The prisoners made them very famous. We think that creativity is formulaic, that we can sort of manufacture ideas, when ideas are very not like that. You know, like that Ryan Gosling eats a cereal. I mean, there's no way you can manufacture that. There's no way you can find out how this happens and try to recreate it. You know, this is very spontaneous. It's a very stupid thought that the guy had, and he went out and did it. You know, he wasn't challenged in any way. He wasn't, you know, bogged down by any research or focus groups or whatever. He just went out and shot it. And that's how advertising needs to be in the future. You know, you need to have an idea and go out and shoot it quickly, you know, because then it's not a great idea anymore.
Noggin took my wife and slept with her.
Jesus fucking Christ. Characters in movies who have it all figured out and you know everything is and then he'll roll so that you just day. And we would have these days we just fought about. You think this is funny?
Well, you know, for a month. We lived in a house. I mean, we didn't, not nighttime because Michelle.
For a motorcycle, not a U-Haul truck. And he said, that's strange because